Harry Truman had been thrown into his presidency following the death of FDR in 1945. He had little experience or knowledge of foreign affairs or policies. As the President of the United States, it was now his decision to define the USA's policy towards the growing influence of the USSR. In March 1947, Truman held a speech in Congress, which he outlined his beliefs of the threat of the growing spread of communism in Eastern Europe, of which he was determined to stop. Truman pledged support to any country threatened by communism. Although Truman made it very clear that communism could never be fully eradicated, yet it could be prevented, so containing the spread was fundamental to limiting Soviet influence. Truman used the speech to display his thoughts to the current events in Europe. At the time, Greece was in the process of a civil war between pro-monarchists and Greek communists. As agreed at the Percentages Agreement in 1944, Greece was to remain in Western culture, so the USA could not allow Greece to fall to communism and perhaps align with Soviet ideals. The UK and the US gave monetary aid to the monarchists, yet this money did not ensure full protection. The US feared that if the USSR gained influence over Turkey, it would then give them access to both the Mediterranean and the Middle East. The Truman Doctrine ensured the US response to a communist threat and kept them at bay. The USSR responded to the Truman Doctrine by creating an organization called Cominform, or Communists Information Bureau. The organization brought unity to countries behind the Iron Curtain and ensured protection against the capitalist influence. Cominform members met regularly in Moscow to make sure that all countries were following the same Soviet principles. Stalin recognized the Truman Doctrine as a direct threat to the USSR and used Cominform to bring Eastern government closer to the grip of Moscow.